This shit goes really good, guys. Start from the door to get another video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and tell me to stay for things like this. So you can know when I drop in the next video. Hell yeah. Go ahead and, these are the regular things do. Let's see you tell a thing, the telephone, the tell another thing, the telephone, the telephone, the tell another thing, the telephone. Back in YouTube. You know what I'm saying? It's on the back, another fire, and that's the video. You know, so you send it back, all things from the fire. You know what I'm saying? The fire video. Wait, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You think that's it.
Yeah. Did, brother, fuck your mama.
Come on, man. He needed to be in the ground. Put it where he supposed to be.
One rapper showed no remorse for ending his cousin's life in his interview, and another rapper let an interviewer know that he'd love to murder the same person again if he could. These are rappers' most disturbing interviews of all time. Let's start things off with King Von, because King Von is a rapper who's known for having multiple bodies in the streets. One of the known bodies was a female gang member from Chicago known as K.I., aka Jakira Barnes. After K.I.'s death, a documentary about her was put out called Secret Life of a Gang Girl. In the documentary, they interviewed some of K.I.'s loved ones, as well as people who knew her, to hear more about her. And one of the people they decided to interview for the documentary was King Von. When they asked Von about K.I., he spoke about his situation with her in a playful manner. Von lets people know that he is trying to smash her and have a relationship with her.
I was trying to up. Yeah, I was trying to us. I was like, can you do my shit?
The exact text was something along the lines of, when it's all over with, I'm gonna get up in you or something. Does that sound about right?
And the people who knew on the channel and everything, it was really, they thank y'all for subscribing. I really appreciate y'all and subscribing. You know what I'm saying? If you keep it, you can't hear me, you know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for subscribing, you know what I'm saying? I really appreciate it, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate it more if y'all start liking the video. You know what I'm saying? Share the video. Just go back to the video.
That sound raw, so yeah, I be saying raw. Yeah, I probably did say that. I called the, I talked on the phone too.
But later in the same video, Vine let the interviewers know that he missed K.I. after she lost her life.
When you tweeted once, you said you miss her.
Yeah. Cause we used to be talking on the phone. Like, that's somebody, like, say somebody you DM and talking to, and then one day they just gone. Now you like, who the f I'm talking to now?
It might not seem disturbing at first, but what makes it disturbing is the fact that Vine was acting like this, knowing that he was the one who police say took K.I. out. Because Vine and K.I. were known ops and have gotten to it with each other multiple times. On September 25th, 2012, K.I. got into a fight with King Vine as soon as they saw each other on the train.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Long story short, you think you found the female was crazy. Even though she was cowboy.
King Vine hit K.I. in the face multiple times, and once he got home, he went to Twitter to let everyone know what he did to her. K.I. would acknowledge what happened, saying he only bruised her face, but it was all good since her 40 cal could leave a hole in King Vine's face. A few days later,
Bars. You see her down ball. Yeah, why not even rapping? You ain't down ball. What not even rapping?
Have gotten to it with each other multiple times. On September 25th, 2012, K.I. got into a fight with King Von as soon as they saw each other on the train. King Von hit K.I. in the face multiple times, and once he got home, he went to Twitter to let everyone know what he did to her. K.I. would acknowledge what happened, saying he only bruised her face, but it was all good since her 40 cal could leave a hole in King Von's face. A few days later, she would tweet at King Von to let him know that she had just beat up an O-Block member on the train. The two continued going back and forth with each other on Twitter, and one day, Von got so agitated with her that he straight up asked her if she wanted to have a shootout with him. And K.I. will respond by saying, yeah, and telling him to bring his friend T-Roy. Later, on October 9th, 2012, King Von and T-Roy were spotted outside O-Block. It said that K.I. and another gang member ran down on T-Roy and sprayed up the block, allegedly hitting King Von in the leg. And Von would tweet, LOL, a leg shot, then what? Since it didn't do much to him. The two continued throwing blows at each other until April 11th, 2014, because K.I. was walking down the block with two friends who were headed over to one of their friends' houses for a birthday party. When the gunman hopped out of a vehicle, waved bystanders to get out of the way, and began opening fire at K.I. and her friends. Her two friends were hit, and K.I. was hit 9 times and lost her life on the scene at just 17 years old. And back in 2021, the Chicago PD named Von as the offender who shot at K.I. And Von has referred to her many times in his songs. One of K.I.'s friends said that K.I. felt that Von was only calling her pretty and stuff to try and get close to her to get her so he could snake her.
Yeah, he really.
That's crazy work. That's crazy work right there, man. And then, that's the life living in so good. And then, everybody, once you get that certain area, you don't want to play. If you still get that certain area, you already know like the road. You know what I mean?
Really liked it, Chicago. And he was like, well,
I'm going to say Mo.
She too pretty for that, and tell her to stop gang banging, you know.
He liked her as a girlfriend?
Yeah, he wanted to be her boyfriend. And she just felt like he was trying to set her up and kill her. That's what she told me. She like, I think he just trying to kill me. He don't like me.
And Chicago's a known place for having rappers who actually live what they rap and aren't scared to brag about it online either. This next person was rumored to have over 10 bodies and showed no remorse to the victims in his interview. Before Lil Jeff passed away, DJ UTV got the chance to get the Bloodhounds on his show and do an interview with them to get to know more about them due to how hard they were buzzing. And the interview starts off cool, with DJ U just getting to know about Lil Jeff, Q50, and Vert. But midway through the interview, things get pretty disturbing because Lil Jeff pulls a bottle out of his pocket, and people didn't know what they were doing at first. But DJ U catch.
For all you kids out there, young generation and generation that's coming up after that, and not be good, really be good.
Catches on and asked them about what they were doing, since Lil Jeff and Q50 could be seen
That's just my advice to y'all.
taking a pill up their nose in the middle of the interview.
And I know you told on me. You don't care who you telling. Tell.
Okay. Now I see you over there. You getting something together.
This ain't about this ain't nothing. Just a little something. I ain't got paid no attention.
We ain't never seen that on DJ UTV before.
There's a lot of you ain't never seen.
So what they call that right there?
Tony Montana. Say hello to my little friend.
Tony Montana. Man, so how old were you when you first started with Tony Montana?
The same age, 18.
Okay. So
I ain't lie. He was grown. He was young. You know what I mean?
All this is brand new.
Can't tell a grown man with the bullet.
This is a brand new life you living, Lil Jeff, because you 21 now. So I wonder what you was doing at 16.
I was 16. Around that time,
You was doing the Soldier Boy.
I was trying to play basketball, but that's around the time I ain't make the varsity team. So at 16 was when I was realizing it's real.
It was pretty disturbing since no one had ever seen anything like that during an interview before. But that ain't the only disturbing part of the interview. Later in the interview, the host asked Jeff if anyone had ever taken anything from him. And that's when he mentioned that he had had someone run off with his watches and jewelry before.
Have someone...
You know, I like him. You know, we doing it here. 50 to 100. You hear me? When you see play money, at the same time, you gotta adapt to the environment that you want to remain from. You came from. Everybody adapt to that environment where they're from. You know what I'm saying? If not, you lose that, but still at the end of the day, you gotta adapt to the environment that you're in. You know what I'm saying? If not, you'll get swallowed. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah.
Someone never tried to take like some of your belongings from you?
Now listen, I ain't gonna lie. It did run off on me before. I will tell you that.
It's my opinion, but
Did what they did.
What, he zeroed you on the move or something?
Yeah, basically.
That happens to the best of us, brother. We know I've been finesse.
Yeah, just ran off and it.
But that wasn't all, because it turns out the two people who robbed him ran to IG to brag about their come up. They were 16 and 17-year-old students from a nearby high school, and both repped the gang that was ops to the Bloodhounds. One day, while they were leaving lunch, two black SUVs pulled up and let off multiple shots. Both victims were hit, and unfortunately, both 16-year-old Robert Boston and 17-year-old
I heard about it, but usually heard about everything that happened. But they didn't say what caused the, you know what I'm saying, for that, the women against the BBC. You know what I'm saying? There's always two sides to the story. You know what I'm saying? It's not just one side. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be a reason. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time,
Monterio Williams were pronounced dead at the Northwestern Hospital. Many suspected Lil Jeff, and soon after the shooting, Lil Jeff went live to let everyone know that he had just smoked two dudes for messing with him.
If I get mad enough, the shit will start happening. And y'all know this by now. I went black for like a week, and poof. Where you at? Gotta go after that one. Poof. I came back. Poof.
And not long after the live, he dropped a track named 333, where he spoke about the situation and said, "That ran off with them watches. You should have knew their time was up. You know that we don't give a." And on his most popular song, with nearly 12 million views, he said, "Them did what they did and had to pay the consequences." Because of this, many fans believe that Lil Jeff was the one who did this hit. But Lil Jeff ain't the only Bloodhound member who had a disturbing interview, because the same can be said about his brother who just got out of jail, Bloodhound J Boogie. Because J Boogie was in jail for a gun charge, and when he got out, a lot of people wanted to catch up with J Boogie since he's Lil Jeff's older brother. So DJ U bought J Boogie on his platform to do an interview. And during the interview, everything starts off cool, and it's some questions J Boogie doesn't even answer or address, since he didn't want to self-snitch on himself or any of the Bloodhounds. Because DJ U asked J Boogie about the dudes who took his brother's life, and J Boogie was quick to let DJ U know he ain't answering it.
Ask him, how does he feel about his brother losing his life to the hood that he grew up with?
Midway through the interview, J Boogie pulled out a bottle with something in it and took it through his nose the same way his brother, Lil Jeff.
You see what I'm saying now? You see what I'm saying? This is older brother. You know what I'm saying? You gotta adapt to the environment that you're in. Long story short.
Jeff did. It was pretty disturbing.
That I listen to, I listen to. You know?
Yeah.
After taking whatever
Don't be judged. You know what I'm saying? That's not it's not a good look. You know what I'm saying? It's my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
he took, J Boogie lets DJ U know that what he took makes him feel groovy. That's the reason he took it. J Boogie also lets DJ U know that he was still getting geeked in jail, and he doesn't plan on slowing down on this habit.
How does that make you feel? Like, make you feel groovy, make you feel sexy, make you feel like macho man around this mother?
I don't know about sexy. I ain't with on that kink. You ever heard Future though? I'm so groovy.
Right. Okay, that's why I say groovy.
Alexa, play Future. I'm so groovy.
Hey. So when you start doing drugs like that, bro?
Man, I've been doing that like that though probably since like 14 or 2015, like 2014, 2015.
You ever thought about rehab?
Yeah.
Hey, cause you was just locked up for 3 years. Was you getting high in jail?
Yeah. We ain't had no perks, but I was getting high though.
Pink panties and pink nanas?
Nah.
That's what Butter called them, right? Pink panties, pink nanas.
He's a pink tunes and pink mama. No, really funny.
I don't know what he called him.
So you never thought about rehab though?
For what? Rehab. I can support my habit.
Right.
Cool.
Now, let's move on to Gravedigger Quez. Because Quez and his brother were interviewed by 607 Unc. Unc was trying to help Quez and his brother get out of the streets due to a situation that Quez had with his cousin in mid-2024. Because Quez went viral for taking out his cousins over some street beef. After he did it, he was on a TikTok live joking about the situation and arguing with his mom about it since his mom was mad he did that to her nephew.
What I'm saying, cause you don't lie me what the I said, y'all don't respect it. Ain't nobody finna keep taking care of nobody's phone. I ain't never killed that. Sir, man, nobody don't kill you. What talking about? What you done did, she know what you did. I don't give a you ain't killed that cause you tried it, cause you had to kill that. What?
Right, crazy, right. That's crazy, right.
That ain't you killed your own cousin. You think that's something cool. That's why your life like it is now.
And 607 Unc wanted to interview Quez to learn more about the situation that happened between him and his cousin. And Quez and his brother tell Unc that they are happy that they just killed their cousin and they ain't show no remorse.
So you were mad at him for killing your cousin?
Let me get into it. I'm in the heat. All this in my brain that this man really dead because I don't know yet.
So he told you he was out of that.
So he answered, I think he dead.
No remorse.
No remorse. Like, I wouldn't, cause like this shit just happened.
Call my mama, that's a skit. She think we planning. Like,
so you called your mama when you did it?
After I did it.
So she said, "Mama, I just got rid of our family. He no more." How you tell her?
Man, I said, call the voodoo. Cause at first when I did, I ain't even immediately called nobody. I was just sitting there licking. I'm like, I'm shocked. It's so silent. I'm licking around like, and left. It's silent and. You don't never experience no sign like that when it's just you and the dead person.
Quez then revealed in the interview after he did that to his cousin. He did end up trying to save him since he messed with him a little.
It's crazy, right. And so it's like surrounded. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to surround this stuff. They got to be alone sometimes. You hear me? Everybody got their mind to every time you things roll out a bit forever. You do it? And I ain't had to change it. Maybe you ever hear from them getting on the thing, man. You know what I mean? How's it you? You heard it?
since at the end of the day, that's still his cousin. And that it still messes with him some days. But Quez still showed no remorse and said F his cousin and anyone who loved him.
I be wanting folks to know this really like cold-blooded, but really, on a daily basis, cause like you said, that was my cousin. That was my mom's favorite cousin, but she play with me, so it's like my mind be clicking back and forth. My opinion, I don't be knowing how to feel about this real for real, but.
What's the difference between a favorite cousin and just a cousin? It's still your cousin. I mean, a lot. Still favorite cousin. I mean, there's a difference.
Dad, brother, like your mama.
Come on, gang. Come on, gang. They probably watching this.
Midway through the interview, they were talking about speaking things into existence, and Quez revealed that he thought about doing that to his cousin way before it even happened. But Unc tried telling Quez not to say that, since that could cause him to end up getting locked up.
Goes back to my thing, whatever you think come. I say it a lot. So you thought about killing, you killed. You thought about
like,
getting shot,
God,
you got shot.
Literally, like before I wasn't really like, I was outside and shit, but when I started rapping, like all this shit I ever rapped about came to
You thought about rapping, you rapped. Yeah. You thought about being broke, you got broke.
Thought about having money. Whatever I speak come to exist.
Yeah, whatever you think, whatever in your
manifest.
Mind. So you before you killed your cousin.
Oh, that one thing I can play. When you're on that dark, you gotta walk up your shadow. What you talk things come to exist. You know what I'm saying? It could be predicted, as you know what I'm saying.
Cousin, I guarantee you probably thought about like, you ever touch me? Like, well, you can't say.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, just don't say that. Cause
I don't want to be like premeditated now, but man, just leave it.
Leave that alone. Leave that alone. But all right. But before we might cut that part out. But I don't do the edits.
But that ain't the only time Quez had a disturbing interview, because one day he was doing an interview with Real Tune TV, and during the interview, Quez was explaining his life and how he got into the streets. But during the interview, Quez and his brother started acting very weird off some meds that they had taken.
I'm really trying to depend on him to, you feel me, help me navigate and drive, you feel me? Cause that was 5 hours, so them pills. Boom.
It's not sure what they had taken, but thankfully, they didn't overdo it and ended up passing out due to the meds that they took. But now, let's move on to Brick Baby, because Brick is known for crashing out on no jumper interviews. And since he knows, it makes him look hard. But one day, in one of the interviews, Brick went too far and revealed some disturbing details that could get him put behind bars. Because Brick was on the podcast talking about Loose Cannon, since Brick doesn't rock with Loose. And he wanted to know who put Loose Cannon on with the Crips, since he felt that Loose was falsely claiming the gang.
You try to get everybody out the building. Just imagine have to sit across from him every Tuesday.
You don't think Loose is a good podcaster?
Loose sucks. Loose, like,
he's funny though, bro.
But bro,
he is funny. I'm evil. I want to see people die. I want to see bodies drop.
You ain't never killed you from IE somewhere, man. Who was involved with his put on? Can he give us any names from his put on? Can he give us what block he got put on? Let's get to the bottom of it.
You want me to call him that now?
Yes.
Oh God.
That's a clip for that. Yes.
That's a clip for that. We gotta find out.
Who put you on? What year was this?
That's when.
Yeah, there's no junker. Yeah, there's no this and this part thing.
Brick started arguing with Loose over the phone, since Brick felt that Loose didn't even really get put on with the Crips for real. While arguing, Brick exposed that he's caught several bodies in the streets, and that the amount of fights Loose has gotten into can't even compare with how many bodies Brick has.
Yeah, personally, you know what I'm saying? I want to one day when people, when we start things, talking about farms, you know, and we get it.
It's caught.
Hey, can you give us like at least 2 names from your put on and what block? I ain't never seen you at no meeting at Hyde Park, Horace Mann, or at 54th. When did you get put on?
Baby, when did
you get put on? I got put on in 2002. I got put out in 2002 on Eileen Street at June House. You know it's.
Like, what type of, what type of conversation? What type of conversation y'all think should be having on this podcast? Is it this type of conversation? Let me let y'all finish with.
What's up? Yeah, dead homie. So when you get put on?
No, you haven't, bro. You been in
man, cause Hillbilly was a part of my put on. Killer Dave was a part of my put on. Oh, the dead homies. My first name was Baby Wild Bill. On the dead homies at Izzy turned East Coast. That was the third I squabbled. Who did you squabble, gang? Hey, go drop that check off to my little homie. Oh, look, it get bad for you. Fuck, it get bad for you. Go drop that check off before we do something to you. Oh, hood, back hood, crib. Bet we do something to you.
Matter of fact,
Hey, yeah, I bet I got more murders than you got squabbles in the hood.
Over Kevin White.
Dead homie. Part of my put on. Killer Dave was a part of my put on. Oh, the dead homies. My first name was Baby Wild Bill. On the dead homies at Izzy turned East Coast. That was the third I squabbled. Who did you squabble, gang? Hey, go drop that check off to my little homie. Oh, look, it get bad for you. Fuck, it get bad for you. Go drop that check off before we do something to you. Oh, hood, back hood, crib. Bet we do something to you.
Matter of fact,
hey, yeah, I bet I got more murders than you got squabbles in the hood. Dead homie. Yeah. Got more skulls than you got squabbles in the set. Hood. I got more skulls than you got squabbles. That's on my 4 babies. That's on my 4 babies. That's on my 4 babies. You ain't never got put on my hood.
And it's pretty disturbing that Brick just openly admitted that he's caught several bodies in an interview just to prove a point. And after the phone call, Adam went on to ask Brick about what he said again, since he was shocked about it. And Brick doubled down, saying,
when you said that I got more skulls than you got squabbles, what is
he's
that?
saying you know what he meant.
Listen, I done boogied down more times than he fought in my hood. What are we talking about?
He's saying in GTA. He's saying when he's
GTA, let the people figure it out.
Yeah.
On the hood. Said what I said.
Yeah, there you go.
Said what I said.
There's demonic energy in this room. I don't know if I want to be in this line of work anymore.
And no one knows if Brick is telling the truth, but that ain't the only time he revealed something disturbing during an interview. Because in another interview, Brick straight up revealed that he exposed someone's location to get them smoked. Because Brick Baby was on a podcast with 607 Unc, because the two were just chilling, and Unc wanted to know how Brick just all of a sudden got so much money out of nowhere. And when Unc asked him about it, Brick said that he dropped Lil Pav's location to Lil Durk to get Pav hit. And that's the reason he got all of that money all of a sudden.
So rich and famous mean like you get money when you get fame.
No, hell no.
So fame come with money?
With chump change.
Cause you ain't have a whole lot of money before. Now you're famous, you got a whole lot of money. So I like that. I want to be famous too. I'm saying I don't know.
See my work, Lil Pav.
No, you ain't go up after you did.
Bought the house.
No, you didn't go up after you did. You did that's when you went.
Dirk bought the house.
You be trolling.
Brick might want to be more careful with what he reveals in some of his interviews, because he says this could lead to him getting charged with accessory to murder and conspiracy to commit murder, since he helped Lil Durk and his people get Lil Pav hit. Back in 2022, Quando Rondo was in LA with his homies, and they stopped at a gas station. While they were at the gas station, 3 dudes pulled up and started firing their way. Quando avoided getting hit, but his homie, Lil Pav, unfortunately, ended up losing his life. And the police say it was a targeted hit.
Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say shot at a Savannah rapper, killing a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
Dirk ended up getting charged for the situation because in October 2024, Dirk was arrested in Florida on federal charges for allegedly doing a murder for hire that targeted Quando Rondo. Because articles say that Dirk paid some OTF members to do the hit in LA when Lil Pab lost his life, since they wanted to get back for Von. Dirk is expected to be transported from Broward County, Florida to California to face these charges. If convicted, he faces the potential of the death penalty. And not long after Dirk got hit with the charges, Brick went on several interviews and let everyone know that he wasn't the one who shared Pab's location to Lil Durk, likely to avoid getting hit with any serious charges. Because Vlad asked him about the situation, and he said,
last interview, Lil Durk and 5 co-conspirators have been arrested for murder for hire. Yeah. In the situation where Quando Rondo's cousin, Lil Pab, got killed in LA. When you go through the paperwork, it says that the location where Quando Rondo and his crew were staying in LA was provided by co-conspirator 4. And right when it happened, a whole bunch of people started to say Brick Baby is co-conspirator 4. In fact, I had Whack 100 on my show, and I think he was trying to imply the same thing.
So they said that or co-conspirator number 4 is I'm the one that provided the location to
Lil Durk, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, nah. You know what I mean? Like, I know it looks, I wouldn't be right here doing all this first and foremost if I was co-conspirator number 4.
Now, let's move on to the time a rapper was questioned about someone he took out during an interview. And the rapper showed no remorse to the victim and let the interviewer know that he'd do it again if he had to. Because Gucci Mane was doing an interview with Charlamagne, and during the interview, Charlamagne wanted to know if Gucci regretted anything that he did in the streets. And Gucci said,
"You regret anything you did in the street?"
Yeah, I'm ashamed of a lot of things. I'm gonna say, yeah, I did some things that I wish I didn't do. Yeah. But I was young. I was young. But I did some things that's dead wrong. So and everybody in the neighborhood know that, so ain't no going around that.
Even with the murder, even though it was self-defense, do you ever think about that? And you think like maybe I could have handled that different, especially when you did like the diss record?
He needed to be in the ground. Put his supposed to be.
Because in 2005, Gucci was beefing with Young Jeezy. Jeezy dropped a song where he put a bounty out on Gucci's ice cream cone chain. The person who handed the chain to Jeezy would get paid $10K. So a group of 5 unknown men showed up at Gucci's house and attacked him. He tried to fight them off and got a hold of a gun. He fired off one shot to get them off of him and ended up hitting one of the guys known as Pookie Loke. 3 days later, his body was found behind a nearby middle school, and cops were called once it was discovered who was shot. Gucci turned himself in and told officers that he acted in self-defense. Now, let's move on to FBG Butter, because Butter accidentally admitted that he was the one responsible for a body during one of his interviews. Because during the interview, Vlad was talking to Butter about O-Block member Odie Perry, since it was rumored that K.I. was the one who was responsible for the hit. But during the interview, Butter showed no remorse and accidentally revealed disturbing details that kind of let everyone know that he was the one responsible for the body.
She killed someone at 14 as revenge over Tuka. That's what they say.
Man, OD got like.
Right, well, Odie Perry got killed at one point.
Sherrod,
and they're saying that
Batum, Junior.
They're saying that she was the shooter. That's the rumor.
I mean, it's footage. It's a video
of Odie Perry getting killed.
Yeah.
And you saw it.
I ain't seen nothing, man. I just heard the stories, bro.
Okay.
I just be hearing, man. I be hearing through the grapevine like his. I don't be knowing nothing for real. You know what I'm saying? Not all the time.
Okay, fair enough. I'm just putting it out there.
Not all the time.
We're talking about people who aren't alive anymore.
Yeah, no.
You know, this is why about active murder cases.
But I'm saying though, Shorty, he killed Tuka. So if he wasn't innocent though, so then like we talked about it.
So you're saying Odie Perry was the shooter for Tuka? Okay. Yeah. Okay, I got it.
Then, in an IG Live, Butter was arguing with someone and straight up let everyone know that he was the one who took Odie out and just put it on his sister since she isn't alive anymore.
Him and his brother told him to slack at their homie. Oh, look right. I just gave back 192 years. I don't speak. Them told him, I'm home right now because I blamed on my sister Kyle. Told him, toe. On Lil Brian, Lil Durk, them toe. Lil Durk home right now, toe. On Duck. I'm free right now. I can get back 192 years, gang. On Lil Brian.
Rumors say the female assassin known as K.I. is responsible for taking Odie Perry out. But recently, fans believe that Butter is the one who did it and is blaming his sister K.I. since she's already dead. Not long after, Tuka lost his life at the bus stop on 63rd. The members from 63rd wanted to get revenge for Tuka since members from O Block were dissing him. So not long after Tuka's death, a member from O Block known as Odie Perry was walking around the neighborhood and decided to go to the store to get some Swisher Sweets. But not long after leaving the store on his bike, Odie ended up getting shot, so he fell from his bike onto the ground before getting up and trying to escape, but ended up getting hit 10 more times. A key witness at the scene told police that an African-American male was the one who shot Odie. But many also say it was K.I. since she was seen posting pictures with one of Odie Perry's guns after he died. Popular 63rd member Wooski also made a tweet saying, "Shout out to them twins that made O Block," and tagged K.I. and FBG Butter in the tweet. That's why recently, fans believe that Butter is actually the one who took his life. Now, let's move on to an interview with some Rudeville members from Chicago, because interviewer Baba TV was in the hood interviewing the members. And the interviewer asked the dudes about Chicago rapper Fat Drench, who recently passed away since he said he thought Fat Drench was from their hood.
Yeah. But when Fat Drench passed away, though, a week ago, we seen y'all make a post dissing him, and it had the media confused, because everybody thought Fat Drench was from the hood.
Fat Drench, you not from over here, man. Fat Drench. No,
Man,
we ain't gonna say too much about Fat, but that was though, but you know.
Look, that was.
But one of the members said that the reason they dissed Fat Drench was due to something that he did to them. And while talking, he also slipped up and revealed that he was one of the shooters in the car when Fat Drench went on a drill while on IG Live.
Some funky back, you know, like everybody I ain't lying for. All he was doing for, he was in the cars with us, for some real. I'm gonna keep it a buck, for we turned that man up, you know what I mean? For like all he was doing and all shit, he got that name off us. The last video he went out, I ain't gonna me in the car, but you know, he got all it was off us, for you know.
Because a few months before Drench lost his life, a video came out of Fat Drench and some of the Shorty Mob members spinning on and out while Drench was on IG Live.
We on Lil KT block. Come back on the 9 and neck. 33 slam and can't TJ. No, they scared of Fat Drench. BGF is not a game. Psycho died up on our block. Legally black.
Stop playing.
I want to go to my girl crib.
Hey, go grab. Hey, take him go grab that other chopper.
Okay, mom.
Go back through that bitch. They was that goofy on trade.
What's he shooting at? He ain't even hit the car. He can't shoot. He shoot like this. He shoot like this. He shoot. Dunking his head. Oh my damn, bro.
Y'all better not play no career games because we gonna get on that.
And honestly, most rappers are better off not doing interviews, especially if they haven't made it big, since most of the time, they always slip up, revealing disturbing crimes they committed, since they usually don't have much to talk about. And the next rapper did this as well, and caused his whole gang to get locked up for revealing disturbing details about something in an interview. Because Boss Top is a member of the O Block. One day, an interviewer asked Boss about his thoughts on the passing of FBG Duck, one of O Block's biggest ops. Boss gave a disturbing answer that had a lot of people speculating, because he said all he knows is that if Duck had known it was good for him, he would have never bothered speaking on Troy, one of O Block's dead gang members.
You got any like thoughts like on FBG Duck, you know, any thoughts on him? Like, did you know him?
Who Duck?
Did you know him before, like everything?
Like that, I don't know. On game. All I know, don't shit about Troy or rest in peace, Duck. Okay, he's like, you got anything about FBG Duck? It's, you know what I'm saying? You know, don't say about Troy. That's it. About Troy. Get that guy over there. Boy, don't ever, you know me. Come on, man, don't do that. Don't do that. You know I know that. Stop playing.
FBG Duck unfortunately passed away in August 2020 after gunmen slid on him one day while he was out with his girl.
It's my favorite rapper right here. Really looks out.
Shopping in a wealthy neighborhood called the Gold Coast. One of his ops got the drop on him. 6 of them hopped in 2 cars and rushed across town to catch him. When they spotted Duck, they jumped out of the car, and it was on sight. Duck got hit in the chest and neck, and everyone suspected O-Block as soon as it happened. In 2021, C-Thang, C-Murder, Muwop, Los, and Zell Money all got hit with the RICO case over it. And in April 2023, a 6th O-Block affiliate named TZ got booked for the shooting too. According to a witness who had talked to the cops, King Vine dropped a $100K bounty on Duck's head since he really wanted to get him gone after dissing T-Roy. At that interview,
that's crazy work. Crazy work, man.
With O-Block was just the nail in the coffin, since many thought that Boss Top had given himself away. But what Boss Top said wasn't nearly as disturbing as what this next rapper revealed in an interview, because he straight up revealed that he and his gang are basically terrorists. Brandon Buckingham posted an interview he did with YBC Duel, in which Duel talked about his beef with his ops, about how he and his crew were really getting the ops smoked. Even
what the he was doing crazy on the music side. I'm gonna have to look him up.
mentioned how almost no one in their hood, including his ops, was ever outside because according to Duel, he and his gang were terrorizing the block up. He even let Brandon know that they were taking out people's mothers, fathers, and grandparents, which is extremely disturbing.
What? That's crazy work. Well, lady disrespect. You think he could have with the whole family. That's crazy.
Not here no more, bro. The hood dry, bro.
So you see you tortured the whole block?
We tortured the whole hood, though. Like, nobody don't come outside around here. We walking through blocks. You don't see nobody. Torture. This is a ghost town.
Is that, like, sad at all to be like, yo, no one's outside?
Ghost town, bro. Nobody outside. We hood up. Like, when you in down Kennington, how the whole, like, everywhere outside, bro. It's not like you gonna get shot down here, bro. Like, with that he talking about in MyReactoin, bro. That's real. Go listen to it. Everybody getting shot. Mom, dad, sisters, brothers. Ops. We no block you could go on down here and people outside. We outside. We blocks.
And what makes the interview more disturbing is the fact that Duel wasn't lying. Say Cheese posted an article on Twitter saying that homicides in the US have dropped and that the percentage in Philly dropped by 40%. And someone from Philly quoted the tweet and said that Philly locked up 6 YBC members and that caused the murder rate to drop by 40%. But YBC Duel ain't the only rapper from Philly who revealed disturbing details about some crimes he and his gang were committing, because AR Ab did the same in several interviews. And some of the disturbing things he revealed caused him to get arrested. AR Ab is a Philly rapper who began growing his career after his partner Cassidy started dropping back-to-back hits in the early 2000s. Because Ab wasn't really focused on music and cared more about putting work in the streets, which caused him to get in a lot of trouble with the law. Because right after he started to get a buzz with his music career, he started self-snitching, letting everybody know the things he and his gang did behind the scenes. Like himself being the mastermind of the drug-selling operation, as well as sending hits to anyone who tried to go against him. In one video, Ab let everyone know that anybody who rode down their block would instantly get smoked.
Is nobody gonna make it off this fucking block, man? I promise you, you won't make it off this motherfucking block, man. Anyway. On everything I love, you come up on us, man, you're not gonna make it. Boy, your shit clean off, man.
Then, in another video, he let everybody know about the disturbing kidnappings and robberies that he's done with no hesitation.
13 shots. I don't know what it's for, you know why? Because I kidnapped, I robbed, I killed a lot of shit.
But it only gets craziest because in one interview, Ab was letting the interviewer know that he doesn't make any money off rap, and his cash comes from extorting people and slanging rocks.
So I got this pole building up.
That's crazy work. That's crazy work. You know, it feels like that's the surrounding video. You know what I mean?
What? I don't make no money off rap. I extort people. I extort too. It's one of my hustles. Got shot a lot of times behind it, but they paid my own house right in the corner. Went to buy an ounce of crack off me. So I'm glad the career ready serving my ounce of crack.
One day, Ab was getting interviewed by DJ Vlad, and Vlad wanted to know the details on what caused Ab to get shot 10 times. Ab didn't hold back and let Vlad know it could have been because he robbed a dude for some bricks right before getting hit up.
So talk about the situation that led to you getting shot 10 times, because I mean that's something that's not like, you know, like a shoot and run, like that's a very serious situation. Like I'm assuming you know who the person is.
Actually,
that sounds very personal.
Actually, I never really found out who shot me because, well, I'll be into a lot of shit, so I keep it all real. I robbed a couple. I took some bricks from some people. Recently, right before that.
Ab would also get a bit off topic during the question, and he ended up letting Vlad know that he smoked a couple people back in the day. So he doesn't know what the real reason was for him getting hit 10 times.
You know, I done shot shit back in the day. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking it came from back in the day, or I just took a couple bricks from. But adding up, nobody claim it.
By 2017, the FBI had already caught on to Ab's operations, with the local police performing a search warrant in one of the gang's houses. Then, the FBI performed another search warrant in 2018 at another location, seizing over 20 pounds of coke, 6 pounds of ice, and $20,000 in cash. After a few years of trial, AR was finally sentenced to spend 45 years in prison in 2021 for his role as the leader of the original Block Hustlers, as well as 10 years of supervised release and multiple fines of $5,000. But now, let's move on to this local rapper from Baltimore who confessed to a disturbing murder he did in one of his IG lives. The rapper was interviewed by the news, and they wanted to know if he was the one who committed the crime. And he told the news,
"Shoot and kill Daquan first." No, not at all. I had nothing to do with it. Never. Always told the people I was innocent. It had nothing to do with it. Wasn't even there.
But things took a turn, and they picked the case back up after an IG Live video came out of the dude revealing disturbing details about the crime and letting everyone know he was the one responsible for doing it.
Had that Glock 17 and that 25 caliber that night that killed Daquan. I did that at 2010 Halloween. Pin raising mask. Bull Sterling ain't do that. I love you, woo baby, but he ain't do that. Big Rambo did that.
Oh, that's crazy work, but that's the end of this video. Like, comment, and subscribe to the video.